What's up guys, my name's Ryan, and we finally got some more news on Kingdom Hearts 3's ReMind DLC through a new trailer. Well, leaked by Square Enix. Basically, a trailer was uploaded yesterday to the Square Enix YouTube channel, and it was the new ReMind trailer, except it wasn't privatized, it was unlisted. The trailer made the rounds, and even with Square privatizing it, it really didn't do anything. Multiple reuploads are already up, and there's a ton to go over here. Nomura wasn't lying when he said this trailer was bonkers. So that said, let's go ahead and start this analysis. If you want to view the trailer, there's a re-upload on my channel to a link down below. With that said, let's mosey. We start this off with a panning sweep of the tower at Radiant Garden, artist starting off with some fan service. A voice says in the background that if they still remember him, he should still be with them. That voice belongs to Aerith. Rejoice! Final Fantasy is back in Kingdom Hearts 3! It also should be noted too that Aerith is, yes, a different voice actress from the woman playing her in Remake. So yes, Square kept their promise about the other FF7 VAs returning to other things outside of Remake. And Aerith looks pretty damn good here. Riku says they've tried to look everywhere for Sora, and that they haven't found a single clue. We also get to see Squall and Yuffie, though they don't get any lines. No said though. So yeah, there's a bit of a bombshell, not just the Final Fantasy stuff, but the new story stuff in here is also to take place after the events of Kingdom Hearts 3, where Sora used the power of waking too much and ended up sacrificing himself to save Kairi. This will be telling the story of what happened after that, and more. As much as I will say that I'm not totally stoked that this wasn't in the base game, they could have also decided to sell Kingdom Hearts 3 again under the Final Mix name and had this be in there. I'm pretty happy they went this route with the DLC. We then see Sora floating over Ventus' Station of Awakening, and why he is there I'm not totally sure, but he ends up getting engulfed by the darkness. A bigger, and I assume stronger version of the secret boss from Kingdom Hearts 3 appears, sporting some different colors all about him. We then see something that I'm kinda shocked they ended up changing, and that is Aqua looking at the Heartless Storm in the Keyblade Graveyard, with a holy fuck ton of versions of her anti-Aqua form looking down at her, and then charging at her. Sora says that this is the fear and despair that Aqua feels. And yes, this is giving some context as to why Aqua gave up so damn easily in the base story in the Keyblade Graveyard. It actually is PTSD and trauma from her time in the Dark World. Gotta give props to that, though I do wish that this was actually in the original story, since it did feel so odd there. But hey, giving a realistic look into Aqua's mind after the events of the Dark World and during the Keyblade Graveyard is really awesome. We then see Sora getting into a confrontation with Terranort, and he says that, seeing that you've also taken the Forbidden Path, you too must be ready to make the ultimate sacrifice, while having his shadow grab and squeeze Sora tremendously. It also should be pointed out that this area is the exact same moment we see Terranort and Lingering Will about to fight in a previous trailer. What does Terranort mean by the Forbidden Path? I would assume he meant using the power of waking too much, and the ultimate sacrifice meaning, well, Sora sacrificing himself. We then see Riku, with a control menu looking like the Keyblade Graveyard one, fighting off the armored Xehanorts as I call them, in the air, with an aerial dodge option. But this isn't just Riku. There's Xion, Ven, Roxas, and literally everyone else excluding Sora, Donald, and Goofy, and they fight them off one by one. You can also see in the background a small look at Kingdom Hearts in the sky, and it looks a bit more purple than usual, doesn't it? This is after Xehanort actually ends up corrupting it. Maybe after Sora defeats the armored Xehanorts, they end up going to fight the others, while Sora fights Xehanort. We cut back to more story with Luxord talking to Xigbar, or Lucio as we know him as now, and he says, if this box is truly as important to you as you say, why now? Which of course he's talking about everyone's favorite underused plot device, the black box. This is also an extension to the scene we saw in the first trailer, with Luxord also saying that he'll just keep playing dumb. We see Riku standing in the Keyblade Graveyard, with a hollow form of, I believe, his replica form if I remember correctly, and we see Demyx returns. He says to Riku that he thought he'd be gone by now, and Riku of course thinks that he's a part of the organization, which we know he defected. Nomura did say we would actually learn more about what happened to Demyx, and we'll finally know more here. Back to more gameplay, we see a few things to talk about here. First of all, the command menu has a new look to it, and I assume this is the challenge area that they've mentioned previously, where you fight harder fights at the organization. We see Sora fighting Terranort, Xemnas, Replica Riku, Ansem, Larxene, and we see Sora blocking the ever-loving hell out of the laser blast from Xemnas. You couldn't do this in Kingdom Hearts 2? We're back at more story, and Sora says, everyone always told me to just follow my heart. But follow my heart? Hearts are all connected. Trace the connection. As he uses his Keyblade against Riku's Station of Awakening. We then get a major reveal. Some of Sora's stuff here will yes be about him saving Kairi. Sora and Kairi land in the final world together holding hands, with Kairi saying how pretty it is. I'm happy we're going to get a bit more context as to how Sora was actually able to save Kairi. We then, finally, after all these years, get playable Kairi. Finally! Nomura, this is pretty awesome. She goes into just completely wailing on Xehanort, though a few things should be pointed out here. 1. Sora is in the party, obviously, and 2. Kingdom Hearts is once again purple, and the command menu is the Keyblade Graveyard version. And there's also 13 different versions of Xehanort's Keyblade floating around him, and the eye, instead of glowing, say, a soft gray, is now glowing a sort of orange color. Seriously though, since I know this is a big deal to a lot of people, including myself, Playable Kairi is awesome. This kind of makes me hopeful, to be honest, that we're going to get a caged game in the future where we actually get to play as Kairi. And then, we get another big reveal. Sora is traversing and exploring Scala at Kylum. He uses flow motion rail grinding to ride around, and I honestly think Nomura listened to a ton of the criticisms I and many others had about Kingdom Hearts 3, because holy shit. We see Roxas, Xion, and Lee all standing in the Keyblade Graveyard in what I assume is the new gameplay sequence where you get to play as Roxas, and their hearts glow and they attack what I assume is Xemnas. We then get Riku talking to Aqua in the Land of Departure, asking her if she's okay with this, and she says that it's okay because she's not alone this time. What they're talking about, I'm not really sure, but I assume this means they're going to the Dark World again. And then, we get the biggest holy shit moment of the trailer. Sora standing alone in a nighttime version of the final world, and Chirithy says to Sora that he himself will disappear from this world, and without his powers, he won't be able to return to the world he came from. And Sora says the famous line that we haven't heard for over a decade now, but with a bit of a twist.
I've been having these weird thoughts lately. Like, is any of this for real? Or not?
Yep. We finally hear that famous line from Kingdom Hearts 1 again, and as you saw, he isn't alone. And he doesn't even say that line alone. Someone says it alongside him, that someone being Yozora. Yep, Yozora's here, and I don't think he is here to mess around. I wouldn't be necessarily surprised if he was actually one of the secret bosses. While it doesn't say it here too, the release date for these are January 23rd, 2020 for PS4, and February 25th, 2020 for Xbox One. I feel bad for Xbox players, not gonna lie, and it does feel like a bit of a slap in the face, but at the very least, it's not too far away. Jesus, this trailer, this DLC, this damn man Nomura. This to me is really all I kind of wanted from this DLC and more so far. An explorable Scala, new story stuff, and we're getting it in truckloads. Final Fantasy characters, new fights, other playable characters, and much, much more. Hell, I only really wanted to play as Roxas, but now we get to play as Kairi. That's awesome. Honestly, I'm still hoping the price isn't over, say, $30 or something along those lines, but this is looking great so far. I'm excited. So, with all that said, what are your guys' thoughts? Comment below and let me know. Thank you all very much for watching, and signing off. Peace out. Have a good day.